In this video, I'd like to show you how to input your foundation walls. Now we have our footing and we need to add our foundation walls. If we look in the plans on the foundation plan, we see that the solid lines here represent the foundation wall all the way around. We can look up into the detail on page A4 and we see this. Here's the foundation wall, and it says it's 9 inches wide by 48 inches tall. So 9 inches wide, 4 feet tall. And then here we can find our dimensions, 28 feet on this side, 48 feet on this side, and so forth. So let's go back to our SketchUp model, and we're going to input our foundation walls. From the plans, we know that the foundation sits in 4.5 inches from the edge of the footing. So I'm going to put a guideline in 4.5 inches from there and 4.5 inches from there. Remember, when you put guidelines in, don't put them in from the end or from a midpoint. It's somewhere along the line. Now I have a point where I can start my foundation wall. I use my rectangle tool and I draw a rectangle. It kind of looks like my foundation wall is going to look. And I put in the width first, so 9 inches, comma, and then I put in the length, 28 feet. And that makes a rectangle the size that my foundation wall needs to be. Now I can use my push-pull tool and I can select that, pull up 48 inches, and I have a foundation wall right where it needs to be. I'm 4.5 inches in from the end and from the side, and over on this side I'm 4.5 inches in from the end and the side. Now I want to continue this foundation all the way across. So I do the same thing we did with the footing, and I'm going to draw a rectangle from the corner down to the bottom, and I'm going to say 48, 9. That means it's 48 inches tall and 9 inches wide. I'm going to do the same over here because I know I'm going to need one over here as well. So I'm going to say 48, 9. And now I have two rectangles that I can pull. I know that the dimension of this back wall is 48 feet, but I'm starting 9 inches in because the depth of this wall is already 9 inches. So I use my push-pull tool and I pull it 48 feet minus 9 inches. So that's 47 feet, 3 inches. That makes that wall come all the way out where I need to have it by the garage. Okay, that looks really good. Now I can come here and I can add another rectangle to pull here. Once again, I'm going to say 48, 9. And then I can use my push-pull tool and I can pull this out. And this one is 21 foot, 3 inches. And that comes out as far as that garage foundation needs to be. So that's what I'm going to do all the way around the house. I'm going to pull these walls out and I'm going to make sure that they're the correct size. And every time I need to pull one off of an existing wall, I just draw a rectangle and I say 48, 9. And then I can use my push-pull tool to pull my walls out. And if you look at the foundation on the plan, or the foundation plan, you'll see that this foundation goes all the way around the, didn't work out too well. It goes all the way around the porch here in front, and goes over to the garage. So you got to make sure that you get all of the walls that are necessary. And then when you come to a point like this, where you have to put this one in 48, 9, and you're going to pull it. You're just going to pull it to the existing wall. Just point at the existing wall and it'll pull it to there. Then you have to get rid of those lines like we did on the footing. So you select that line that you don't want. There it is. Delete it. But then I have to go underneath and delete that line again. But I can't see it because the footing's in the way. This is where the tags come in handy. I go to my tags and I get rid of the footing temporarily. Now I can click on that line and delete that line, put my footings back, and I'm ready to roll. See how handy it is to have that that footing tag? Okay, now I'm going to do a rectangle here. It's the same, 48, 9, and I'll pull it out to where it's supposed to go. And I've just got a couple more foundation walls that I need to do. I'll do this one here, and this one's going to be pulled out just to the other foundation wall. Push pull, and I'll pull it out, and I'll end it at the foundation wall. Once again, I've got a couple lines I need to get rid of. And so I select on the line and delete it. And then I'm going to turn off my footing, go underneath, oops, go underneath, select the line, delete it, and I can put my footing back so I can make sure that my foundation wall is where it needs to be. Couple little more walls for the garage here, and I'll be ready to go. This one's pretty easy because it comes right off the end of this wall. 48, 9. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that out. Okay, and that looks great there. And then I've got this one. Now, according to the plan, this one starts 2 feet in from this wall. So the best way for me to do that is to put a guideline in, and I'll come over 24 inches. Now I have a location where I can start my rectangle. Okay, and I can say 9, 48. So it's backwards. It's not the 48 first. It's the 9 first. And then I can do my push-pull tool, and I can pull this out. And now we have our foundation on top of our footings. Remember, when you go to get rid of these guidelines, you can just go to this little tool over here that has the glasses. You click on that, hit this button that says delete all guides, and all the guidelines disappear. Now, remember when we talked about tags? Here's where we want to do some things with tags. We want to get rid of our footing. We want to get rid of the footings. We want to add a tag. We want to call that tag foundation. Okay. And then, because all that's visible now is the foundation. So I can highlight the entire foundation, and I can right click, entity information, click on untagged, select foundation. And now I have my foundations tag, my footings, foundation, and I can make them appear and disappear as I need them. Nice thing about this is you can actually build a house. You can put the footings in first, and you put the foundations in first. And every other segment that we add, we're going to add a tag to it so that we can show how the house is built.